Hey Hodies, welcome to my channel. My name is hautemesstom and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I want to play with some makeup that I'm going to say I forgot about, but I didn't forget about this makeup. It's just makeup that I rarely use, but you know, for the dramatics of the thumbnail, I thought that would be a catchy title. If you are new to my channel is all about loving my makeup collection as it is, and I do occasionally bring some newness into my collection, but for the most part, I really like to use things that I've had for a long time on camera to show them some love. And sometimes, you know, I declutter things. It's a constant cycle. I just don't want my makeup collection to be much bigger than it currently is. So if that kind of content sounds good to you, I would love to have you subscribe. Please make sure you like this video. That really helps me in the algorithm. And I am also on patreon.com if you would like to support me there, but no pressure to. I'm just happy that you're here. I want to do like an intense eye look today. So here's the game plan. Recently, I was doing one of those like not gonna lie anonymous question things on my Instagram stories. And you can follow me on Instagram if you'd like. It's just at hautemesstom. And somebody asked me what my favorite makeup product was. And I mentioned this, and this is from McGrath. It's the Ultraviolet Blue Pigment. Here's what it looks like. And I've had this since it launched in the kits, like the original kits. It's been around in my makeup collection for a long time. It's one of the most stunning makeup items that I own. It's just like not something that I wear often. And I wore it more whenever I first got it because it's much more of a color wearer than I currently am when it comes to like eye makeup. So basically kind of today we're kind of doing something that this is not the kind of makeup that I really do as often anymore, but I figured since we're in the month of October and Halloween's coming up, well, this isn't like explicitly Halloween makeup, it's just more dramatic than I normally do. So I want to use that. I also thought that it would be fun to mix that blue with a little bit of hot pink, especially because it's like a purple. I just think that these two things are going to really complement each other. I see it, but I don't, but we'll just try it. Like, it doesn't really matter if my makeup turns out today. I also haven't used glitter in a while, so I think I want to top the dis-a-pore with this glitter gel from Slayfire Cosmetics in the shade Girls, Girls, Girls. We gotta. And then for my mattes today, and perhaps I'll pull some sparkle, this is Mothership 3 from McGrath. But I'm really kind of honing in on the two matte shades here. I might tap this on to the hot pink. We'll see where the journey takes us. The idea for today is to really do something like really overdrawn. So I plan on taking my crease where my brow would be if I had eyebrows, that I could have eyebrows, I just don't want them. A fierce straight black wing all the way up into my hairline. I want the wing to like be severe and kind of go up, like all the way, like up, not like up and out. Like I want to go up. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's up. Blending that in and then kind of bringing it all the way in into like a point. Kind of like if I was doing a drag eye, but I'm not going to draw eyebrows on. The crease might not be as defined as a drag queen's crease. But so the idea is to bring it all the way out here. Bring the black into a blend and then probably blend it out with the brown. I don't know why, I've been thinking about this for a second. Doing the blue all over the lid, and then on the inner corner is where I'm going to put the pink from dis-a-pore. We'll worry about skin later. We're gonna start with the eyes. I'm gonna zoom you in so you can just see what I'm doing a little bit better. If you wanna do this at home, feel free, but I don't know how reasonable that is. But if you want to, you can. It would be harder to do if you do have eyebrows. Maybe I'll zoom you out just a little skirch. Yins, guys, how's everyone doing? I am a little bit overwhelmed. My time management got away from me. Had it been a normal week, my time management would be fine. However, next week is my birthday, which I mentioned many times. I love to celebrate me, but I will say that this year I'm not feeling the vibes, and it's not really because I'm like older. I'm feeling a little lonely right now. And I don't really mean that in a kind of like when I say this word, I don't mean if you feel lonely romantically that it is that, but like, I mean it in like the actual literal sense of the word. Like, I feel a little bit like pathetic right now. This is the MAC Paint Pot and Painterly, by the way. It was like, I just started like I gotta tell you a little bit more than that. Oh, I'm gonna put some lip balm on. My lips they're mad at me. I just cut like 5 minutes of footage of me just like staring off into the distance, not even into the camera. And it's like, obviously I didn't make any moves. I just was sitting. I don't really love like a high collar situation, but there's something about when shirts like kind of sit here on me, I just feel like I also got my hair cut. I was like, wow, I'm looking so so just snatched around-y, and it's all a facade. You know what's really funny is like men who go to barbers, let's just make it more explicit because not all men get their hair done at barbers. Let's say men who go to barbers, they're like they gotta find the best barber, they gotta find the best barber. You know why men want to find the best barber? And they'll never admit this, and I don't think they actually know this. They go to the barber who's gonna contour their face the best, because all of that, where I'm kind of in a post-fade lifestyle. As you may or may not know, I recently started seeing a new hairstylist. This was my second time with her, and we did a real fade the first time, and this time, when I first had my first like haircut with her, while we were doing like the consultation process, she was like, what are your like goals with your hair? And I was like, I want to look more queer. She just said, okay. And she like knew what that meant. So like last time was a fade. I think she was easing me into this, like this hard like bowl cut. And she's also said like maybe one day we'll do like some designs on the side of your head. And she does free touch-ups. So I can go get the sides of my head redone, which is a game changer, because a lot of places you just get charged the whole haircut fee again. And she's just like, no, I'll touch that up for free. I mean, obviously I'm going to tip her generously for doing that, because that's a very kind thing for her to have done. That just means that I will always look snatched. This is what my face shape is. Sometimes I get, when this start growing out, I just like, there's some weird face dysmorphia that I get from that. And I'm like, I'm actually not saying that lightly, like it does happen. But all they want is like, especially if they get shaved from their barber, like they get a shave from their barber every time they go. It's 100%, it's like, well, maybe, okay, I don't use this on my channel that often either. This is the Black Orb from Ritual Defy. And we're gonna start laying some groundwork for black. So the reason I'm gonna be using this is not that the Pat McGrath black isn't black enough, but this will allow me a little bit of structure. It's also not the darkest thing, but I think with their powers combined, we will find a happy medium. So I'm just gonna take an angled brush, and the thing is right now, this doesn't need to be too clean because I will likely clean up whatever I end up doing with my cellar water. So like I said, I wanna go up, and then I'm gonna come back down. Here's what I've done. Basically, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, if you're not like into drag makeup, but essentially what drag makeup is, especially around the eye area, depending on the performer, is just a large cut crease. And so this is just where you blend on top of, as opposed to, you know, on your actual crease. I'm making sure to relax my eyes so that it looks the way I want it to. Sometimes when you're doing makeup this big, you learn some things about your face. So like, it's interesting, on this side of my face, from my eye over, there's like more of my face that is like flatter to the front. And on this side, it kind of, when it hits my eye, it immediately goes back. Do you see how that's happening? I've just been feeling like, yeah, a little bit apathetic about my birthday this year. I don't really know what it's about, and I've been feeling a little bit lonely, but like not really like lonely, but like a little bit like that, but like also a little bit like whatever. Do I want to like see my friends more right now? And I don't know that that's the answer. It's not that I don't love my friends, and I'm gonna be seeing a lot of them this weekend. I like don't know how to describe it. I'm turning 32, which I don't consider to be old. It's just one of those things where it's like I'm just feeling the way I'm feeling, and I don't know what it is. If you were here last year, I think you will recall that like I was like very much into my birthday. And this year I'm just like kind of like, it's fine. You know, my birthday's gonna happen. I've had some like shifts in friendship. Not meaning that like I like lost any friendships really over the course of this past year, but I definitely have a couple that like shifted around, and they shifted around for good reason, and they needed to take the turns that they ended up taking. But like now I'm gonna go in with the Pat McGrath black and tap that on top of the Ritual Defy. But anyway, that all brings me back to what I was originally saying, is that my time management. So I have a lot of my friends have like, you know, they're, you know, celebrating me in different ways and separately, because I have found myself in the situation where like, not some of my friends overlap, but a lot of them don't. I'm doing like a couple different things, which is great, because I love to be celebrated. This week's videos I'm struggling with. I know all the content I want to do for next week, and a lot of it is some more intensive work. In fact, I have started filming a couple of them because of the kind of work that they're going to entail. I'm trying some things on a video next week that I have not tried before as far as like editing goes, and I really want them to turn out and I want to be really proud of them, and I'm sure I will be. It's just I'm a little bit nervous about it. I didn't really allow myself enough time. The thing is, I treated this week in my like scheduling in my brain to be a normal week, and it just isn't. All of the people that I had plans with this week into the weekend into next week, they all had asked for my time way in advance, so I knew that. And that's not on them, that's on me. Here's where we are so far. All right, let's work on the Ultraviolet Blue pigment. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of like focus that right in the center here. I'm just gonna use my finger to get it going. It is a cream shadow and I haven't used it in a while, and so I'm expecting some fallout because it is a bit of a crumbly cream, but that's probably more so due to its age than the original formula. This is one of those things that I do use it occasionally, but so rarely, and it like it'll be a cold day in hell before I get rid of it. It's like, it's actually one that I'm like, I don't know if it's so much sentimentally attached to, but it is one that I just like, it's such an incredible thing. I don't understand why Pat McGrath hasn't done more shades of this. There was, they brought this one back. I don't know if they actually still sell this, but there was a brief period of time, or there was a time in recent history where these were available again, but they used to have a suede brown one. I have the suede brown one in my collection, and that one would get decluttered far faster than this one. The suede one allows itself to be like a more of a one and done shadow situation. Is it gonna be enough though? We might also put glitter on that because I'm just like in my feels. I know that like 2012 era Tumblr is like the aesthetics on the rise, and so it just feels to me like I need to put on Electra Heart. I have my 10-year anniversary vinyl. I haven't spun it yet, so I'm going to probably do that soon. We're also in like colder times, and that also just like lends itself to sad music. I might listen to like the Sky Ferreira album too. This is looking... Ooh, she's looking cute. She's looking dark. She's looking fierce. We are going to bring some light back into it with the pink. We are now at the point where I'm like the most unsure of myself, but we are going to get through this together. What we're going to do is we're going to use the Color Fix from Danessa Myricks, and this is the shade Rainbow. I describe it as pink, but I believe that like the websites describe it as like a red. And I do not think that. It's pink. There is also another neon pigment that is pink, but it is more of a cotton candy situation. And this one is more of like a, it's like hot pink. And I very rarely use these because I find them to be incredibly intimidating. So the plan is to kind of brighten up the inner corner. Okay, that looks good. That looks good to me. I'm gonna blend it out just a little bit. Maybe I should have laid down the pink first. Although it's going okay. These are all things that I bought when I was really into color, and you can see that like, not that anyone has ever come into my comment section and be like, you don't have the capacity to do crazy fun colors, but like, I'm just showing you that I do in fact have the capability and the capacity to do crazy fun colors. It's just not what I'm really into right now. I guess you could say that I'm like really into neutrals right now, but like it's not really that either. It's like explicitly I'm like very into greens, and that's really what's the shining star of my collection. And I guess like multi-chromes and such, like that's also, but no, I guess I like some boring, I don't have to justify my makeup style. Now we're gonna add glitter. I had to cut my nails recently because one of them broke. And then what happened was, if you've never had long nails before, I'm gonna try to describe this phenomena to you, and hopefully you can show a little bit of sympathy for me. There's a phenomena where you have to like learn how to do everything differently because you have longer nails. And the thing was that finger needed to no longer cheat the way that it was doing things. And somehow, for some reason, my brain could not grasp. I didn't need to do that. And so everything just became harder because I was going to just like let that one grow out on its own. I think I might also add more glitter, but a different color. I think I'm gonna use that Lemonhead LA one and kind of fade that into this wing. Wow, I'm truly stunning and capable. I mean, no one told me I wasn't, but it's like a reminder. It's a reminder to you, it's a reminder to me. I haven't used glitter in some time and I immediately forget how crunchy it feels to have on and how much of a bitch it is to take off. It's such a pretty effect. And then you're like, oh yeah, I had to like handle this. This is the Lemonhead LA Space Paste in Houdini. It's like a shimmer that like you have to, light has to like catch it just so for it to be visible. And the shift is like that purple blue. I've really done something here. The eye kind of turned out just how I envisioned with a little bit more sparkle. I planned on more blending here. I don't know if that's really what I want to do because it would kind of just take away the fierceness of it. I think I'm gonna leave it here. Let's start moving on to complexion. Complexion, I actually cycle through quite often. I'm gonna do a mixture of a couple things that I haven't mixed before. I'm gonna actually wash my hands before we start this because of glitter. I also should note that this purple does, like the Pat McGrath stains, just so you know. If you were ever interested in buying it, which it is a really high impact thing, and if you're like really into that kind of thing, like I think it's a great product, but like just know that before you go in. Well, I should tell you about a thing that happened. It's happened a couple weeks ago, but I've been too embarrassed to talk about it. I did a video on the Surratt foundation, and it is my favorite foundation. And I'm currently using my second bottle of Surratt Dewdrop foundation. This is when I had my nails longer, and I've complained about the component of the Surratt Dewdrop foundation. Know that I already knew that this was a problem. I was trying to get foundation out, and I knew that I had foundation in it because it was a bottle I just opened, and I couldn't really get my finger down on the stopper without my fingernail really kind of like getting in there. And I hate that. Like, I don't like to use my fingernail to apply pressure. Like, I don't type with my fingernails when I have long fingernails. I like hate that feeling. So I was like, oh, I'll just use the butt of a brush to pump it. I pumped too hard. So this is my Surratt Dewdrop foundation. I'm not proud, but I did think enough on my feet to save it. Because at first I was like, I just need to throw this away. And then I was like, that's too expensive to throw away. I don't even think we're going to use the Surratt today. I just needed to show you because I did pull it out as an option. I think we're going to do like a cacophony of concoctions, okay? That we're going to do on my face. Because I do want to do a little bit more coverage. I do still want everything to look shiny, glossy vibes. So I'm using the Glowy Makeup Serum from Laneige. When I did that to the Surratt, my heart exploded. I cursed myself. It was user error, but I'm still mad. Not at the company, but like at the foundation bottle, just not holding up under severe stress, which I just needed it to do for me that day. Now I'm gonna use the Chanel Corrector in there. I feel like I'm really giving off Alyssa Edwards vibes where I'm like, just like really just feeling my oats as I'm looking at myself in the mirror. The amount of Drag Race references that just came flying out of my face just now. You know, you don't really notice how much of that show becomes your personality when you're really involved in it. And then you talk to normal people who have never seen the show. Not that there aren't normal people who have seen the show, but I'm just saying. I am now going to mix my Auric Glow Lust with the Dr. Jart dis-a-pore, which I've not done this mixture yet, but I'm excited to see it. I think they're gonna play well together. I haven't used the BB cream in a mome. It's been a minute. We'll see how this all goes. I really like the BB cream. I think it's really, really, really nice on its own. Oh. No, it smells okay. Well, it got to my nose and I said, oh, maybe not. You know what's so funny is like people, when I use large chunks of glitter like this, they're always like, aren't you afraid of getting it in your eye? No. And you know what? Maybe I'm just a fearless human. Maybe that's my downfall, is that I like don't I don't have that fear. I gotta mix up a little bit more. I used all of that. Also, I know I said I wasn't doing full coverage, but I do think that this BB cream is like the most full coverage thing I have. And also the Glow Lust itself has a bit of coverage. Is anyone here gonna watch Dragula, or am I gonna be the only one? I really kind of have retired from watching like drag competition shows, except for Dragula, and I guess that means just like RuPaul's Drag Race and any of its spinoffs. I kind of stopped watching them. I did a video on that. So, but I do like Dragula, and it's an all-star season. they're calling it like Titans or something, but it's an All-Stars season. I am so excited to see Victoria Black again. I love her. She's so pretty. It's funny because I watched that show and I'm like, yeah, horror, filth. You know who are always my favorite on that show? The glamour ones. The ones who can't get rid of glamour. Sigourney Beaver, glamour. Did she really follow all of the briefs that she was given? No. No, but I loved her. And you know what? I'm not always for when someone doesn't follow the brief, but whenever she did it, I was like, I'll allow it. But if any other contestant did anything that didn't really follow the brief, I'd be like, oh, how dare you? How dare you? But if Sigourney did it, I was like, brilliant, amazing. Nothing's ever been better. I'm going to use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and just get a little bit more coverage. I actually have a new product for us to play with today. It doesn't really go with this look, but we're gonna still play with it anyway. I mean, I guess it doesn't not go with this look, but it's my instinct often whenever I do like these really intense eyes is to like just keep going more and more intense. Oh, I like this combo. I haven't done this combo before. Oh, it looks so good. So now we're gonna contour. It's been a couple minutes since I used this. As if you may or may not know, I recently got the Salt New York contour from a friend. What we're gonna do is we're gonna like contour the same way that the wing is contoured. So I want my line to like go up a little more severely as opposed to just being in the hollows of my cheeks. We're just like playing a little bit with face shape. It's subtle and it will look subtle. Apparently I just need to wear this combination every day of these two items. Ooh, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you may not have seen Samantha Ravindall, the legend, the icon, the queen herself, commented on an Instagram reel where I featured the Auric Glow Lust. Now, I did tag her in it, but it was a couple weeks old, and she said, I'm gonna do them a favor and just really make their life better today. And she did. Now I have to show you my new product. Now, if you're a patron of mine, you've already seen it. We haven't played with it on Patreon, but I showed it to you. Kjaer Weis had a sale. I can get Kjaer Weis at a couple of the makeup places where I have a pro discount. The one thing I can't get was the one thing that I really wanted to try from the brand, which was the blush that they have in the shade Inner Glow, and I got it. Now, if you're new here, you're probably like, okay, well, let's talk. Like, let me tell you a little bit about where I'm at. I have been on a journey to find like this blush. Some call it Old Gum. That's Hannah Louise Poston. But I don't think that Hannah and I are actually on the hunt for the exact same thing. I'm looking for something a little more gray and desaturated. And I know that Hannah's also looking for something a little bit more desaturated. But I think Hannah's vision is more of like a neutral brown, where I'm actually picturing something like a cool toned gray as the base. Now, I have mentioned this in a few videos, and so many of you have been so lovely in providing ideas and swatches. Now, you also may know my friend Brittany. Oh my god, complete segue, but also perfect. Brittany has also just started her own YouTube channel. It's Born Blushing. I did shout her out in my community tab, but she has her own channel. We're kind of looking for the same thing. We thought Mimi was gonna be it. We thought that Rosie Beige from Gucci was gonna be it. And then, so a bunch of you left comments, and essentially what happened was that Brittany bought one of those, and it was one of the Surratt blushes. And Brittany, I don't remember what shade she bought. And then I went for Kjaer Weis because I wanted to try this. And someone commented and said that it will be exactly what I want it to be. And you know what? You were pretty dead on. And I'm so sorry that I cannot remember the name of who said that to me. But I'm just gonna apply it with my finger here. It is less apparent than Mimi, but what's really interesting about it is it's like this beigey color, so a little bit like Mimi from Westman Atelier, but it has a sheen on it. But the sheen is decidedly cool toned and silver, and it is just stunning. And I don't know why that this shade in particular, I'm wondering if it's like a site exclusive. None of the places where I can buy it have this shade in particular. Glad I bought it. So they did a friends and family sale. I used Michelle Wong's affiliate link, and it was interesting because I had been like interested in this and looking at it, so it wasn't like I wasn't intending on buying it or hadn't had the thought to buy this blush. I was kind of like sitting on my budget this month, and then that came up, and I was like, I'm probably not going to find it better than 25% off, considering I can't get it at the pro discount stores. I also did decide to go for the the Luxe packaging instead of the cardboard. Very pleasing. If you've heard anyone talk about this, it's heavy, it's dense. It really feels luxury. And I think that this might have been a space at one point where they would put the shade name, but it did feel like I was almost buying this separately. They gave you the option when you checked out, like you could just buy the refill, you could buy the cardboard, or you could buy this, and I chose this. I haven't tried it too many times, but like it's giving the blush vibe that I'm very much into. For powder, I'm gonna just, you know, use Chantecaille. I'm gonna use my Chantecaille, my little baby. I don't think I'm gonna use bronzer today. I've been skipping bronzer a lot, but we ought to, like, kind of 'tis the season to skip bronzer. We're like transitioning into fall. I kind of like the pasty dead look. I don't know about you. I don't know what your beliefs are in that, but like for me, it's like a fantasy I'm willing to serve. Ooh, this whole combo, the dis-a-pore with the Glow Lust with the Chantecaille. Baby. I am going to take powder contour since we are doing something more dramatic. This is from Kevyn Aucoin. Nothing, oh no, actually I will use the ones from Lunatic Cosmetics Labs. And I'm going to use them because they are just a little more apparent. And since I'm trying to do a little bit more of a dramatic contour. Look at that blush. It's so glowy too. Ooh, it's delicious. I really wasn't expecting when I started to do this look that I was really gonna feel it, feel the fantasy, because I just like, this has not been a fantasy that I've been served. I have not served this. I haven't fed the children in such a way in such a long time, and it's just like, you know, there's still some of this in me, and I just shouldn't forget that. I'm gonna highlight with this, which is something I haven't used in a really long time. This is the Pat McGrath highlighter in Iridescent Pink 003 from the original Skin Fetish kit. I'm not going to use the balm because I do actually use that quite a bit, but the highlight, I always forget. Oh my god, it's so pretty. You know, sometimes you pull out your old makeup and you're like, I understand why I never use this. And then sometimes you pull it out and you're like, now I don't understand why I never use this. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening. I'm going to line my eyes with Black Coffee from Pat McGrath. I'm gonna spray my face with some Fix Plus, then I'll come back and we'll do lip and mascara. Okay, I'm gonna just throw on my lashes. By throw on my lashes, I mean mascara. And I will not be putting on false eyelashes. Although this look could really take that if I wanted to. And the truth of the matter is that I just don't. Okay, now we're gonna do a lip, and some of the lip I haven't used in a while. So the thing I actually haven't used in a while is the Patrick Taw lipstick in She's Hard to Get, which is a bright pink. And I figured since I have a bright pink on my eye, I'm gonna put it in the center of my lips, and then I'm gonna actually take a black lipstick and do the rest. So this is just gonna be for the center. And the reason I don't wear this lipstick often is just the color. I actually think Patrick Taw has a very nice matte lipstick formula. I think it's, other than the lip liner that is the same color as this, I think that's the only couple things I've tried from Patrick Taw. I don't know that I'm really interested in the brand otherwise. And so then I'm going to take the Sinister Satin lipstick from Black Moon's Cosmetics, and I'm going to use that on the outside of my lips. I think I am going to use a lip brush to do that. This doesn't look good. Let's just put the black all over. You know what? We tried something. Did you ever just like have like colors that you really like together? I always liked black and hot pink. Like it was like a very hot topic, kawaii, like a little thing that it was about me. Here we are. Oh, here's the look. I like this a lot. Whew. Okay. All right, let's do some reflecting on what we used today and just like touch base. The black orb does what I wanted it to. It looks the way I wanted it to. It really helped lay the groundwork for the black from the Pat McGrath black. Now, did I need to like pull out this whole palette? No, I didn't end up using any of the other shades, but the black also did what I needed it to do. Sometimes that's all you can ask it to do, and it did those things. And so I appreciate it, and I thank it for its service today. The Ultraviolet Blue Pigment, always a stunner, always a showstopper, always looks really, really good. The Rainbow Color Fix from Dis-a-pore, I think with the blue, it looks really, really good and very, very ooky, spooky. I'm like, I did a Halloween look on accident, but here we are. I was like, we're just doing something fierce, something editorial. It's like Halloween. It's like decidedly a Halloween look. But yeah, the thing is, I'm always so scared to use these, and then they work like a dream. They blend out really easy. They look really nice on the face. Like they do what I want them to. They like manipulate exactly the way that I want them to, but I'm always afraid to use them because I'm always afraid I'm gonna mess up a look. But using them today just keeps it's another reminder, like, hey, you can use this and it's gonna look cool. The Slay Fire glitter and the Lemonhead LA glitter, Girls, and Houdini. They did what they needed to do today. They added. I'm glad I pulled them out to play with them today. Always love the glowy makeup serum from Laneige as the Chantecaille powder. I really loved the combination of these two. It's a little bit heavy in person, but on camera, I think it's doing exactly what I want it to. But like, I don't wear makeup like this very often, but I did say I wanted something more full coverage. So while this is not always my desired effect, I think if I was wearing full coverage, this is the way I would want it to look. And so, ooh, I cannot wait to wear these two together again. Maybe a little bit less of this and a little bit more of this, but like, chef's kiss. I've been really enjoying the Radiant Creamy Concealer from NARS. I mean, like, TBT, like, it's not the cool thing to do, but it is the thing that I have been enjoying to do. I mean, she looks great. I love it. The contour from Fenty and Amber. You know, I just am really trying to get through this. It's not that I don't like it, but I'm just like kind of tired of talking about it. I'm kind of tired of looking at it. And you know what's really funny is I really thought if I liked the contour from Salt New York that I'd be like, I don't need the Fenty one anymore and I can like move on from it. But I like the Fenty one more than I like the Salt New York one. And that could change. The time could change. But as of right now, it is the superior product in my opinion. The blush from Kjaer Weis. I know that it's kind of getting overshadowed with the highlighter, but you can still see it back here. Oh, whoever recommended this to me. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss to you. This is, I mean, I don't know that it's exactly it, but it's like so close that I can stop looking. Like, oh, it's so great. Brittany, if you could do me a favor, please leave in the comments down below. Someone recommended that Surratt blush that Brittany ended up buying from my comment section, and then I told Brittany about it, and then she then bought it. And also make sure you're subscribed to Born Blushing. Again, I will leave her channel in the description box down below. Please check her out. She is bougie. So if you're even bougier than me, you're gonna love Brittany's content. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. I'm hoping that I default to this blush a lot because my concern with this is that it's going to go off faster than anything else in my collection because I know that other people have had their Kjaer Weis stuff go off because it is a clean beauty brand. So that's probably why that's happening. The mascara from Tarte. Still digging, still loving. I am finding a few quirks about it, but this isn't really the place in which I feel like I need to share those quirks, but you will hear about them later on. And they're not really that bad. It's just like a couple things about it. Black coffee eyeliner always does what I need it to do. And then the lipsticks, neither one was bad, but we just went with the black. The Sinister Satin. I have been wearing this a lot, by the way. Even if I'm not on camera or you don't see it on Instagram, I'm reaching for this black lipstick quite a bit. Okay, I think that's everything. I think I did it really fast. I tried to keep it more concise than usual. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, please subscribe. We do a lot of this, a lot of playing with makeup. Doesn't always end up like this, but you know, 'tis the season. 'Tis the spooky August season that we're in, and it really lends itself to that. So I'd really appreciate subscribing. And next week we have a lot of big stuff coming your way. There's another Becoming coming next week. There is a video coming out on my birthday that's very, very special. And then there is a third video, which the concept, I can't remember the name of off the top of my head right now. Would love to have you subscribe and stick around so you can see those videos. I would really appreciate a like if you could do that for me, I would really appreciate it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I forgot to talk about this highlighter. Awesome. Awesome. It looks so good on the skin, and it shouldn't. It's very smooth. It's like not chunk. It's really pretty. I don't know why I don't reach for this more. Okay, anyway. Make sure you like this video before you leave it. I'm on patreon.com if you would like to support me financially there. My birthday is on Tuesday. That wasn't a plea for you to do Patreon. That was a plea of like, just remember me. Anyway, I appreciate you all so much for watching. Remember to follow your haute and you will find Slender Man. I appreciate you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Friends.